What's the one thing that brings you joy? What are the little things that you don't want to do without? Hi, I'm Anneli, and I'm a full-time registered nurse, and I'm here to share things all about wellness for the middle-aged woman to keep our brains healthy and our bodies healthy. Today, I'm going to share something a little bit different. I'm going to share with you things that bring me joy and that I don't really want to do without. Now, it's not really on the topic of brain health, but I do feel that the things that we do to help us feel some joy during the day is actually really beneficial for our brains. This video is in the middle of my sleep series, and I still have a few more videos about sleep and all that entails coming up, so stay tuned for those. But I thought it'd be just fun to do something a little bit different today. When I started writing my list of things that bring me joy, at first I thought, I'm going to have trouble, what am I going to pick? And then the list just kept growing. So I narrowed it down today to 11. So originally it was 10 things that bring me joy, but I'm giving you a bonus one. So number one for me is my sleep. I enjoy sleep so much, and I was so sleep deprived when I was younger. When my kids were little, I worked shift work, 12-hour shifts, nights and days, and the only thing I could think of at the time was, how I would love to get away into a nice hotel room with a big bed, nice sheets, and just sleep, and nobody to disturb me, and no alarm clocks, and no work. That was my daydream. That would have been heaven to me at the time. But like most moms, we sacrifice our own health and we do without. But now that I don't have to do the shift work anymore, I enjoy sleep. And I usually don't have too much trouble with sleep, but it's something that I love, and I really find that 8 hours is about the perfect time for me. If I don't set any alarm clocks, that's when I usually wake up. So I class sleep as kind of the number one thing that I really enjoy, especially when you're really tired and you're getting into a nice bed. So number two, going on the sleep theme, is good quality sheets. I used to have a closet full of various sheets, and I'd struggling with folding them all up nicely and making the linen closet look nice. But I realized that I always went back to the same set of sheets that I really liked. So I have pared down. I've donated so many of my sheets, and I basically have a nice set of linen sheets that I like and a few sets of pillowcases that I like, and I basically wash those and reuse them because that's what I used to do anyways. So I do have one emergency spare set of sheets, so I'm not completely down to the bare bones, but I don't waste money on buying sets of sheets anymore. I have a set for each bed, and the one I sleep in has the set of sheets that I really like, and the ones that I'm currently using are from Maison Tess. It's a company here in Canada in Montreal, and they make their sheets in a family-run textile company in Portugal. So I have gone with just a fitted sheet and pillowcases, and then I have, right now it's a cotton duvet cover, and I don't use that top sheet anymore. I'm doing like the Finnish way, so none of the top sheets for me, because I just find I've got that tangled up and lost, and I just end up washing my duvet cover more often, and I skip that top sheet altogether. And I've got linen pillowcases, which I like, and I do have some cotton ones too, but they're from the same company. The other thing to go along with the bedding is the duvet insert, because I don't use I try to avoid animal products and feather. So I have this great duvet insert from Bowl and Branch that I love. And though all the linen sheets in the Bowl and Branch duvet insert, they're pricey, but I don't buy them very often. Like, it's years before I ever need to buy anything again like that. So I saved my money and bought good quality ones when I was able to. Number three, sticking to the nighttime and sleep and all that kind of pattern, I love my quiet time in the morning. If everything goes right and if I have the perfect day, I like to wake up at 5 a.m. because nobody else is up. The birds are barely getting up at this point here right now. And I like to have just time to have my coffee. And if it's starting to get light outside, I usually sit outside on the porch if it's warm enough and watch the sunrise and listen to the birds chirping. It's just a time that I spend for myself. Nobody's up, and I watch some videos, do some things, and if I have anything I want to get done, I find that I'm the most creative and the most focused at that time once I have my coffee. Number 4 is breakfast. I was thinking, is breakfast my favorite food of the day? But I love all food, so it's not really, but boy do I look forward to breakfast. And I'm not talking about any gourmet breakfast. I just look forward to breakfast, and I get disappointed if I screw it up somehow. If I'm making my own breakfast, it doesn't turn out. So one of the things that brings me great joy is having a good breakfast. And that can be as simple as avocado on toast with some sauerkraut and mushrooms and things like that, or it could be a tofu scramble for me. I enjoy breakfast that goes along with my morning coffee, which is number 5, is coffee. Being a Finnish person, I think we're the top, one of the top anyways, if not the top drinkers, consumers of coffee that there is in the world. So being a Finnish person, I love my coffee. And if for some reason I get a bad batch of beans and the coffee just doesn't taste good, it sets me off on a bad mood. I really like my coffee, and I used to drink it with half and half, a type of cream, and I thought I would never be able to give up the cream, that I have to have cream in my coffee. But years and years ago I gave up the cream, and now I enjoy black coffee the best. Sometimes I have lattes and things like that, but at home I just have a French press and drink my coffee, and that's one of the things I really enjoy in the morning. Number 6, I still have a lot of makeup, but being a nurse and doing shift work, sometimes I put makeup on, sometimes not. Most of the days I don't wear any makeup, but I have always loved to put on makeup. I like how you can transform your look with makeup. I have been gifted by Merit Beauty some lipsticks. So Merit Beauty is a beauty company that is well edited essentials, and their claim is to be clean beauty. And I got to choose a couple of lipsticks from them, and this is the packaging for the lipstick. And I picked out 2 colors, and I'm wearing one of them. One of them is called Fashion, the one I'm wearing, and then the other one is Millennial. And the Millennial is a nude, and the Fashion one is kind of a purpley red. They're minimal line. This is the packaging, and this is the lipstick. This is how it looks. This is the one that is called Millennial. It's a nude kind of color. I was really impressed by it because I can't stand slippery, glossy lipsticks, and usually the only thing I do wear is a lip balm most of the day. But this actually feels like lip balm. I've worn the Millennial several times a week for a month now, and I love it. For me, it feels like a lip balm, and it's moisturizing and doesn't dry out my lips. And I've been enjoying it for that reason, because throughout the day I would usually put on lip balm. So I'm really happy that these don't dry out my lips, and I really like the colors. Also, a little while back, before I received these 2 lipsticks, I was watching a video by Ali Andrea, that's her name, and it was USA versus French makeup. And when I saw how she did the French makeup, that's more my style. You're either focusing on your lips and you have minimal rest of the face, or you're focusing on your eyes and then your lips are minimal. And that's kind of what my preference is for makeup looks, and it's pretty well simple and basic. So that's why I'm really enjoying. That's why when they gave me the option to pick out 2 colors, I picked out the very minimal, or the nude color, and also a more brighter pop-up color. They call this Merit lipstick a signature lip, and it's a lightweight lipstick, and it definitely is, but you can build on it. I like it a lot. So if you'd like to keep in the loop with me, I send out an email every other week, and sometimes I put in information that I find out about brain health or the newest things going on. Sometimes I give you updates on something that's happening, but if you're interested in getting a newsletter or email from me every other week, then I've got the link for that in the description box below, and I hope to see some of you there. So number 7, the thing that brings me joy is pens, fine tipped pens and notebooks. My favorite, you've probably seen a video of mine on the bullet journal. I love bullet journals. It's my place where I keep my agenda, it's where I put my to-do list, and it's also where I make notes if I have to write anything down. That, and also using my laptop, I put everything online. I do write a journal, so I journal in the morning and I use a bullet journal for my agenda, note-taking kind of things. And I just love a fresh new journal, and I love the finest tip pens that you can find. Number 8 is my diffuser and essential oils. I love diffusers, but I like them to look pretty too. And the ones from Vitruvi, they're substantial, like they're stone. They feel nice and they're quiet and they work really well. So I love those, and I love essential oils, and my favorites are citrusy essential oils or things that have a kind of a woodsy scent to them. So those are things that I love to do, and especially in the morning when I first wake up, I'll open windows, but yet I put my diffuser on to diffuse these nice scents, whatever I'm in the mood for during that day. And those types of things bring me a lot of joy, and it's the things that keep me grounded and help relieve stress. Number 9 is walk in nature, and I love walking in forests. Right now it's spring and the bears are starting to wake up in the area where I live, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking, so you have to have something that makes noise. But I love going outside and walking in nature, and even if I'm not in the mood for it, because some days I don't want to do it, but I've never regretted it when I've done it. I've never regretted it when I've done it, no matter what the weather. If it's too cold, rainy, windy, if I get out there and walk, I always feel so much better afterwards. So it's something that is so nice and relaxing and such a stress reliever, and yet sometimes I have to really push myself to do it. But like I said, I've never regretted going out for a walk in nature. Number 10 is getting lost in a good show. My preference is crime drama or medical dramas, and I love British ones for some reason, and Scandi noir. The Scandinavian crime shows are I just love them. But before Netflix and all those things were around, I was a huge reader, like my daughter is now. I would read, these are some of the books I've read. Like I'm talking, I loved reading. I got lost in books. I read them, these huge books like this, I would read them and I would just be itching for the next one in this series. I wish that I would read more, because I've noticed that once I've been binge watching Netflix and Prime videos and things like that, my attention span has really shrunk. And what I've really remember is when you're reading, you have a lot better concentration, your vocabulary is a lot better and grows. And I really want to make a bigger effort to go back to my thing that I loved so much, is reading, versus watching so much stuff on videos and things like that. And then the bonus one is knitting. I took up knitting a few years ago with my sister. We did a course, it was about 4 weeks, but I found that just renewing, can you hear the baby? That's my grandson. Renewing how to knit, because I did learn with my grandmother. It wasn't enough to do the hour class 4 times over a bunch of weeks. I've learned a lot through watching things online on YouTube. So this is one sock I've made. I need to make the other one in this pair, but I've knit that. And then if I'm going to put the link for Kutova Kika. She has a beautiful YouTube channel, and she's got a beautiful Instagram feed, and that's what she was teaching about, Instagram and photos. But now she's gone back to her true passion, which is knitting. So this is a Kutova Kika beanie that I knit with her instructions. So I'll link that YouTube video in the description below. But this is something that's meditative. I can get lost in knitting, and sometimes I'll be listening to podcasts or watching videos and knitting, and it makes me feel like I'm really accomplishing something because everything that I make is usable, whether it's a dishcloth, socks, hat like this. I'm learning, and YouTube is a great place to learn things like this. So I hope you enjoyed some of these. Check out the links in the description because I love hearing what other people enjoy, and then I check out what their links are because I get some great ideas from the YouTube video people that I watch, and I hope you get some ideas from this video. And also, if you do want to get my newsletter every other week, just at the link, sign up for that in the description box below. And I hope you guys have a great week. Stay healthy. I'll see you next week. Bye.